Hi, so most of the families we work with don't usually have to bother with the values on things, but if you do, many families end up using appraisers, or maybe things have already been appraised. Recognizing if it's jewelry, usually you need to go to a jewelry appraiser. If it's fine art or furniture, there are appraisers for that. But if you use an appraiser, be sure the appraiser knows what this is being done for. I get so many appraisals put into our system or used as the basis for dividing things that the goal was to give an overall value of the entire estate, all the things in the house. And when you do that, you'll get things like living room grouping, sofa, love seat, 2 chairs, tables, lamps. That grouping, $5,000, that would be the appraisal. Or you'll see Lot A, which might mean everything in the office, and they'll just say nothing of commercial value, nor nothing of market value, specifically $2,000 overall value. Well, that's fine, except if you're the executor or trust officer trying to equally divide things between families, nobody wants everything in that office. You know, they want the pencil holder on dad's desk. They want that plaque on the wall, or they want dad's chair. They don't want everything in Group A. So be sure the appraiser knows they need to put $75 value on that desk chair, or, $5 on the pencil holder. That's how the family is going to want to choose things, so that's how the values need to be placed. So just be aware that appraisers typically are doing appraisals not for dividing between family members. There'll also be a natural thing with appraisers that the name of the asset, they'll list it as coffee table. Well, maybe the house has 8 coffee tables, so you have to then go to the details that the appraiser will have, and it will have a lot of detail, like, ball and claw, mahogany, glass insert, coffee table, 54 inches by 22, whatever those things are. Well, in the FairSplit system, if you're using ours, most of that asset name can be put in the name. Instead of just putting coffee table, they can put coffee table, mahogany, ball and claw, 54 by 22, right there in the name. And so then when you see it on an Excel spreadsheet list, you'll be able to much more easily know what you're choosing without having to refer back to the appraisal all the time. Also, the other thing is, if the appraisal is for the jewelry, maybe including the silver, ask the appraiser to give you a cash value for it, what the jeweler would pay you for it, for the meltdown value. And that way, it's the real value that the family can get, because most things in appraisals, you would realistically need to discount them 40 to 50% for it to be a realistic net cash proceed to the estate or to you if you were selling it. Just be sure that you actually chat with the appraisers. They're very professional and good at what they do. You need to let them know what it is you need. And if they don't want to provide that level of detail, you could do an independent third party. At FairSplit, we do independent third party values on things that are the lower than appraisal needed value type things if they don't want to do that. Hope that helps. Thank you. Be sure to click the subscribe button to get more tips on how to divide things, not families.